Good morning, good morning, good morning. Here we are down Surfers Paradise Beach. Monday, maximised Easter Monday morning. Beautiful surf, it's about 23 degrees, 24 degrees in the water. So it's actually warmer in the water than it is out, and it's still, the sun is shining and the sky is blue. So I've had a couple of days off with the little stories, but today I woke up thinking about that little story about the Emperor and his new clothes or his new suit, and the synergy between who we are and what we have to put on every day and pretend to be. And the story goes that a couple of tailors promised him to make this suit that only the people that could see it would be worthy of working with him and not be considered stupid. So funnily enough, the clothes were invisible. So this suit, this transparent suit, this suit of transparency, the ability to be seen fully naked for who he was under the skin or above the skin, but without the suit. And apparently the crowd, they looked in awe, but they were petrified of saying something in the fear that they be considered stupid or not worthy of being in his kingdom. So no one said anything except for a little innocent child that screamed out, "But he's not wearing anything at all." Now, what does that say about talents and strengths and who we are as humans and the ability to grow up as a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old and start to develop and form these talents according to the Clifton StrengthsFinder? To me, it suggests that throughout life, we start to put on these suits, these uniforms, these masks of who we were and who we want to be, but who we never will be. Does that make sense? It does to me. But it's the little kids, the innocent kids with the talents that can see through who we are, who can see the natural talent of who we are and who they are. But we suppress those talents. We have a habit of going through life pretending to be what other people think we need to be, or who we need to be, or what we need to be, or what we need to accomplish. How often underneath these stories is exaggerated stories, and I don't mean the story of the Emperor with no clothes. Interestingly enough, it's an adaptation. It was actually the Emperor and his new clothes, and there's been different forms, and they said that the Emperor has no clothes, and so on and so forth. It's a Hans Christian Andersen story from, I think, the 1600s or the 1800s, and it actually came out the same time as The Little Mermaid. So that's just a little bit of research I did before looking into it, because I couldn't remember whether it was the king with the Midas touch and he turned things into gold and then ended up with a suit for nothing, made of nothing, or maybe that's another story, but I focused on the Emperor with his new clothes. So these tailors, the tailors of life, the tailors of talent that enable us to be who we want to be as we grow up as young infants, and then society suppresses who we are naturally. You now get arrested for being naked in public. We're that shameful that you can't show nudity. You'll have movies like The Full Monty, or I think there's a TED Talk, there's a couple of live acts where guys get up on stage and dance around nude, and then you got the, I can't remember one, they play with their penises all over the stage and they make shapes and do all sorts of things. And they're hysterical, they're hilarious, but they're in confined spaces. So they make money off nudity, of being naked, of being el natural. And the people love it because it's the freedom to be themselves, it's the freedom. It's free to be me in the full naked. And it brought me back to a story, would it be 20 years ago now? And I've always been a little bit overweight. I was a front rower in football, so I had to be large, I had to protect my body. But so at a mate's 30th and we went to that laser tag game, and it was middle of summer, so the sun was down. It would have been about 9 o'clock when we came out, and I was sweating profusely, so I took my shirt off. And I'm walking down the street with my shirt off, just going to a bar. And I remember a bloke screaming out the window, "Put your shirt back on, you fat bastard." There was no need for it. But that obviously made him feel good. It obviously gave him a sense of pride that he could put someone else down, because literally I was dripping in sweat and I didn't want to go into a bar smelly, stinky and sweaty. But if I walk down the beach in a pair of Speedos or a pair of board shorts with my shirt off, no one says anything the wiser. And women walking around in 2-piece bikinis and kids walking around naked. It's acceptable there. But how often is it not acceptable in life? We have to wear that suit and tie. We have to wear that formal suit and that outfit to work and put on these clothes, because if you turn up in a t-shirt and shorts, it's unprofessional. Well, the Emperor has new clothes, and my clothes are made of strengths and talents and I prefer to live in that zone. So I'm Danny Crouch from Choose Your Chapter, and remember, love being naked. Choose your chapter. Focus on your strengths. Bye for now.